Hi everyone, my name is Brianna Mitchell and this is my report on my research in progress. I'm going to go through my sources one by one and explain who they were created by and when they were created. So the first article we have here is, I quote, "You are not listening to me, Black women on pain and implicit bias in medicine." So this article was created by, I don't really know how to say her name, but Vidya Rao, and it was created on July 27th in 2020. The next article is how training doctors in implicit bias could save the lives of Black mothers. This article was created by Elizabeth Chuck on May 11th in 2018. The next source is implicit bias and racial disparities in healthcare. This article was created by Kiara M. Bridges. The next source is called Millions of Black People Affected by Racial Bias in Healthcare Algorithms. This article was created by Heidi Ledford on October 24th in 2019. And the last source we have here, it's called The Disparities in Healthcare for Black Women. It was created by Piraya Biem. Hope I said that right, but this source was created on June 6th, 2020. The source that I think would, actually we're right here on it. The source that I think would go best and work well within my essay would be this one, because it has a lot of information and it goes into the statistics versus white women versus Black women and how they're treated within the hospitals. As you can see, it says getting into the numbers with childbirth and health conditions as a whole. I think that I'll really get into my point and be able to explain it very well if I have numbers to back it up. So I don't have many sources, but I found some that have worked and I have found some that I don't think will work as best, but I feel like they would all contribute well to my essay. So for a article that I found that I didn't think would really work is how training doctors in implicit bias could save the lives of Black mothers. I understand where this article is trying to go. I don't think it will work very well for me within my essay, because I think that's more of an end goal, or trying to help like as a whole. What I'm trying to do is make people aware of the issue, which is implicit bias in hospitals with the nursing staff against Black women. So yeah, I think if I do use this source, I feel like it'll be like more of a conclusion source to use and add in different quotes just for the overall ending or problem solving effect, if you know what I mean. So one source that I am unsure about or are still trying to figure out whether I'm going to use or not is the article called Millions of Black People Affected by Racial Bias in Healthcare Algorithms. I feel like this article it's not really specific. In class, we were told to specify our question, so I feel like it applies the same thing applies to the different articles we find to use within our essays. I feel like this article isn't really specific. I feel like it's pertaining to healthcare as a whole and like Black people as a whole, but what I'm focused on is Black women, and I'm focused on Black women in hospitals, not healthcare as a whole, because healthcare is a spectrum, and I think what I'm trying to get at here is the different stigma that goes on within hospitals, not healthcare as a whole. So I am kind of unsure about this essay, this article, but I will try to get as much information and see what will be helpful and useful to my essay. So the things that I think are missing within my research are, I am still in the process of finding an article or a personal letter from specifically a Black woman explaining the different things that she has endured within these hospitals. I feel like if I find an article like that, I feel like it'll be much easier for the people who are reading to understand the pain and the different things that happen within the hospitals during this hard time. And I feel like it'll contribute to my report as a whole, because I want people to understand. I want people to take in what's being said here and just be made aware so that we can start moving in a direction of trying to help instead of not being aware and not doing anything about it. So I'm trying to change two things: being aware and at least trying to start to change and make the change that we want to see within hospitals and healthcare with Black women. Yeah, I feel like this article is super good too, because in the title it even says, "You are not listening to me." And within one of the blog prompts, I made it clear that Black women aren't listened to, and there's been like different reports and social media, different things that have surfaced on social media about Black women not being listened to in hospitals. So I feel like this pinpoints everything that I am trying to communicate within my essay. "You are not listening to me" is a good quote that we can take and use, because this is the root of everything. I feel like there's implicit bias with Black women versus white women, and then not being listened to, which leads to them having severe or chronic health issues that could have been taken care of if they were listened to at the beginning of the issue. So that's my report on my progress on my research. Thank you.